This is I'm up next. So forgive me for any background baby noise. But we are we're all hardwired to tell stories. We are natural storytellers. We are people want to live in community. We are naturally a relational people. We need others in our lives, and so the stories for millennium have been the way that we connect with other people. We connect with other people through values and through tradition, and the way that we tell our tradition is often through story. So the craft of storytelling is not new, but when we talk about it within the context of organizing work, we're talking about it as a way to be demonstrating, showing people the challenges and the choices and the outcomes that we have made, and telling the story of a challenge and a choice and an outcome. For me, right, for me, as I think for other folks in this room, the challenge of climate change is a personal one. For years after having been married, we were not keen on having biological children, and the climate crisis was a big reason for that. And I also know that I'm not alone in that at all for this generation. I had decided in these moments of the very difficult conversation with my wife that we had decided that we wanted to make sort of an act of faith and a leap of faith and a commitment that we were going to do all that we could do to be addressing the climate crisis, if we were able to bring in new life into this world. And I think about, and we made the decision that we would do that. And obviously I'm here with this little one, Alia. And so I think about every day the choices that we all have to make and our society has to make, in particularly in regards to the Virginia Reliability Project. And I don't want my children to be going to school in the blast zone, and I don't think any child should have to do that either. And so we are, we're in this fight. I'm in this fight for Alia and for her older sister, Miriam. And so I share that as an example of a sort of simple story of a personally difficult challenge and a choice and an outcome that is relevant to what motivates me to do this work. And I think that there's probably some similar motivations that others in the community might have about the love of their family and love of their children and safety and wanting to take care of them. Things that might not be explicitly about climate, but that climate certainly impacts it. So I think that there are, I wanted just to highlight that there are three critical criteria to a good story. So what is, having a really clear challenge, a climate challenge that you've faced. It could be a personal one, it could be a systemic one. And what was the choice that you made in the face of that challenge? And what was the outcome of that choice? And these can be very brief stories that you can embed it into the comments that you write to as a part of the permitting process or an objection to the permits that they're getting. This is also stories that you can inject into the canvassing that you do as you're trying to connect with people and move them to take action. So I wanted to share that as an encouragement and hopefully helpful criteria and advice. I think we want to go, Xander and Charles, into actually doing into actually inviting participants to take a few minutes to think right about their own story and their own sort of personal story, and then to practice that. Is that correct? Great. So, and I have to do this regularly for myself too. Just because, right, like I'm the field director doesn't mean I just get, you know, have all these stories all the time, right? I have to, like, you know, spend some time with some regularity meditating on like why I'm doing this. What are the experiences that I'm having that are like continuing to bring me back to this work? So this is a constant state of becoming. We're all in a constant state of becoming. Let's take a few minutes for everybody. Maybe they can think about their own stories and what's bringing them to this space and to this fight. And then we can come back. Maybe we'll take like 5 minutes. And then maybe we can come back, and if somebody else would like to share their story, and if Kim, if you would like to share your story and to get some coaching on it, if you would like to do that, no pressure, you are welcome to do that. And thank you for bearing with me being mildly distracted with this little one.
So we'll take 5 minutes, and we'll circle back around with our stories.
Okay.